No, I think we should talk about the rainbow flag because of that zebra crossing that they've just painted in somewhere. Did you see that?
Yeah.
You should, yeah. It made me vomit.
You should say shit like that. That'd be funny.
But it's not funny. It's true. It's my feelings.
Hi, welcome to Political Dregs. It's me, Amir Fajadi, Hamish Hunter, Joel Davidson.
What was that? What was that? Hello, welcome to Political Dregs.
Okay, welcome to Political Dregs. My name is Amir Sajadi. We have with us this evening Joel Davidson, Hamish Hunter, Calvin Robinson. We're all former political candidates for the Conservative Party, and only one of us is still there. So tonight we're going to talk about LGBT, and I have no idea anything about this topic, and I'm going to be asking questions. So tell me, guys, what is it all about? What's Pride? What's the rainbow? And why are they painting rainbows on roads? I don't get it. Does anyone know?
Gosh. The thing that I find objectionable as a gay man actually is this lumping together of LGBT and this rainbow flag nonsense. It's quite interesting. Over the coronavirus, the rainbow has been used as a symbol for thanking NHS workers and key workers, and we've seen people put pictures of rainbows up in their windows to show their support. And quite a few LGBTQ++ alphabetic spaghetti Cyrillic activists have got really upset at this appropriation.
Cultural appropriation of the rainbow.
Of the rainbow. And frankly, my view is that the rainbow flag is not something which I think of as being a symbol that is inclusive for me. I have two objections to it. First of all, it is a symbol. You know, let's say if it's going to be a symbol of gay people, it's a symbol with no meaning, right? There's no meaning to it. It's just Rainbow Nation, namby-pamby, wishy-washy, like melting pot bullshit. It has no history. The symbol for gay rights and gay pride used to be the pink triangle, and that was a symbol which was pregnant with meaning and had a big history because it was the symbol that the Nazis made gay people wear on their arms, like they did the Star of David with Jews. Right? So gay men in concentration camps had the pink triangle. So the use of that symbol was powerful. It had a history. It had something. The rainbow flag is bollocks. It's nothing. But apart from anything else, when I see the rainbow flag being flown for the LGBT community, I just feel that as a symbol of you're trying to separate me from my family and my friends and the community that I've built. I don't want to be shoved in an LGBTQ++ corner and be like, yes, here's this little token person and we're having a flag for him. No, my flags, my symbols are those of my country and, you know, institutions that I belong to and have affinity for. And the other thing is, and this is going to get me cancelled, but there's absolutely no way that trans has anything to do with L, G and B. I have no problem with people wanting to live their lives in whatever way they want, but being homosexual and being trans is completely different.
Explain why. I don't understand. Why?
Well,
they're completely different.
It's about.
I'm trying to figure this out.
One is about the people you fall in love with and you have sexual desires towards, and the other is your own personal gender identity. I identify as a man just as much as anyone else.
But that's the point, isn't it? It used to be about sexuality, and now it's about identity. And I don't see how the two combine. Like you talked about community. What is the gay community? There's no gay community.
There isn't.
Well, indeed.
You're correct.
So you're a man you're a man, but you're attracted to men, so that makes you gay.
And that's it.
Whereas trans,
why does that make you a part of some other?
So what is trans?
Trans is about your own gender identity, feeling that you are either a different gender from your biological sex, or that you don't fit in between male and female. That's got nothing to do with, as far as I can see, with being L or G. And in fact, to be honest with you, I'm not sure L and G should be put together, because in the Venn diagram of people, L and G really don't meet, because one lot of men, one lot of women, and neither are attracted to each other.
B and T are contradictory as well. If gender is a bloody on a scale, and it's not fixed, it's not binary, what does the B stand for in LGBT?
Is
Please
gender on a
explain
scale?
to me.
Can someone explain?
Well, look, I think as conservatives, I think we I certainly thought that it was a very good move to bring in same-sex marriage. One of the best things that Cameron did. However, one of the worst things he did was the Libyan war, which was, I think, the same year, and we seem to be living with the consequences, the ongoing consequences of that. We've now had a third terrorist attack from a young Libyan living here, lavish with benefits, this time in Reading, and this time a homophobic attack, it seems. So
I was wondering how Joel was going to work foreign policy into this.
well, you want to talk about gay rights? Take those seriously. Why? That's 3 gay men murdered, not randomly.
Did he know that they were gay when he did that? Because
I would have thought so.
It was also after the Black Lives Matter protest or whatever it was.
Well,
they were hanging out in the park.
Let's look into it. Let's have the same.
And also, he was
flagged.
He was flagged on the MI6 or MI5 list like last year as a potential. I mean, I think we don't really know. Like, we don't really know.
What is disgusting about it, whether or not that happened, is what Stonewall tweeted, and they are supposed to be the sort of gay, lesbian,
they won't use the word gay anymore, will they, Stonewall?
No, absolutely. Although I can't remember if it was Stonewall recently. Until quite recently, had Some People Are Gay, Get Over It campaign, which was quite effective. But they tweeted out, instead of saying, look, this is horrible and violent and disgusting, they said, they tweeted out this statement. Our thoughts are with those affected by the attack. Heartbreaking to hear that 2 of the victims were LGBT. But, caveat on the heartbreak and the murder, but we can't let Islamophobic, racist and xenophobic rhetoric to be used to divide us. That is disgusting. It's disgusting not only because it is caveating their comments about these people who have been murdered, 2 of which were LGBT, but also it just shows you that there is a complete hierarchy of intersection, and if you are above that in the hierarchy, in the left's view, then absolutely anything goes. And I'm afraid at the top, lesbian and gay people are on that, and you can trump other people, but Muslims and this fear of Islamophobia trumps that, and which is so that's why we have this kind of caveating, but let's not get Islamophobic about it, rather than saying, well, actually, hang on, we in this country do not believe in discriminating people who are homosexual, and if you are part of this society and want to live in this country and contribute and take the benefits, and by benefits I don't mean just financial welfare state, but just be part of our society, then there are some fundamentals that you have to.
Joe, and look what's happened in Birmingham, with the Birmingham schools. That doesn't look like that's been followed through very well. So yeah, it needs to be relayed loud and clear. If you're going to take LGBT seriously, then you need to ask these sort of questions and get these sort of results. Say why is this community being treated this way? What's going on? And obviously it's completely unacceptable.
Where does pansexual fit into all this? Or polyamorous or pansexual? What is
that's another. That is not a gender identity. That is just another sexual / relationship preference. But my point is, I don't want to be treated differently because I'm a homosexual. And that means I don't want to be treated differently. I don't want a fucking flag, and I don't want to get punched in the face.
This is the identitarianism bullshit that we need to stop putting people in boxes.
It absolutely is. And frankly, when I see LGBT History Month and the rainbow flags, and let's celebrate that, what I see is someone trying to get in the way, trying to make me different from you guys, my friends, and other people. It's trying to segment me, put me in a little corner, when actually, no, I'm not gay. I've never said as a gay man. I said as a British person, as a lawyer, as a Brexiteer, as something that I choose to be, and being my sexuality is an important part of my my identity in my life, in as much as it is for everyone. Everyone's sexuality is a part of them, and it's a part of that for me. And I understand that mine is not necessarily the majority view, but it's amazing, and Calvin's spoken about this on other podcasts, that politics bleeds into this. So somehow, if you are a Tory or you vote Tory and you're gay, you're somehow a traitor, or you hate yourself. When in fact, everyone who's been anywhere near the Conservative Party knows it's absolutely full to the gunnels of homosexuals, especially homosexual men. I mean, you literally cannot move.
No, you can't.
You cannot swing a cat, especially in the London Party. You spot the heterosexual male is a good game to play at any meeting of the Conservative Party in London. It's an idea that because you enjoy, because you bat from the pavilion end, you've got to have a left-wing view on economics. I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous.
I mean, it just occurred to me. Would you say? I mean, I'm just throwing this out there. I don't know. Would you say that the reason why there's Islamophobia in the Conservative Party, because of this fear of Muslims having this fear of homosexuals? Is there like a contrary kind of fight going on between the two sides? I don't know.
You're assuming that there is Islamophobia in the Conservative Party, which is quite a big.
I mean, that's another conversation. Isn't this all
vandalised
just ignorance? Isn't just people not knowing or not understanding?
All hatred is ignorance,
and
isn't
then taking a view, and then they're not willing to accept other people's views. So we're not very liberal as a society because we're not willing to accept that someone else has a different opinion. So I mean,
think
Hamish,
that's what we've seen in the last few weeks, isn't it?
You're saying you don't want people to put you in a box because your identity is what you choose your identity to be, not what people tell you your identity is. But then at the same time, you have to accept that people who are LGBT and they do their pride thing and they love their rainbow flag can do that and they identify with that.
Absolutely. Just don't bring me into this.
Yeah.
Don't bring me. You do whatever, personally, maybe because I am a conservative and I, have that sort of links to feeling of like symbols and heritage and things. When I look at something like the rainbow flag, which I perceive to be an empty symbol, it doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't.
No, look, the rainbow flag.
I would have no problem adopting. If to be honest, if I see the pink triangle, I do feel something there because I see that that was a symbol of as you say, history and really quite nasty, albeit recent, oppression and prejudice and all of that. I'm absolutely happy for people to go around with their rainbow flags, but it's just you can't own me. And that's the problem. Is it sounds like when people talk about the LGBT community and LGBT people, you're trying to drag me into something that I don't want to have any part of. Not because I have no sort of common feeling with my fellow man or my fellow homosexual. Absolutely, I do, and I will push for things and common rights and all of those sorts of things. But I don't want to be. I don't want you to be bundled up into this whole sort of left-wing identity politics thing.
Well, let's put it in the right areas. Let's focus on the right areas, such as why are gay men were slaughtered by the Nazis still being slaughtered now in our country. So we need to be asking those sort of questions. If we really
you mean
care
the three guys?
Who literally just a few days ago. Obviously. Gay men being slaughtered in lots of other countries, but literally in our country, these attitudes clearly exist. So,
and that's the thing. Rather than let's say, every public building's got to fly a rainbow flag and whatever, that's just a non-issue, right? Let's talk about the gay people that are being killed in Uganda because death penalty.
Or Iran, for example.
Or Iran. I mean, there are some goddamn real problems with equality. I mean, until a few weeks ago, it was potentially lawful for an employer to sack someone in the United States because they were gay, right? And until the Supreme Court ruled as it did, I mean, that's fucking ridiculous. That's a genuine issue. That's a genuine problem.
Again, America has problems that we don't have, and it comes back to what we were talking about in our last podcast on BLM, in that the left seem to think they have an ownership of us, and that's why they want to put us in these boxes and give us these labels, because they can put us in our place and tell us how we should vote, how we should think, and what we should say. And we're here to say we're not going to do it. And I think that's quite right.
I think Calvin and I, we have the same problem with the BAME tag, because we kind of generalize with this group of people who don't actually represent us and our lives and our experiences. It's not a group that we necessarily identify with. And they're having the same conversation today on Victoria Derbyshire, and I heard her refer to the BAME community.
I'm not part of any community just because I've melanin on my skin.
Calvin, are you part of the BAME community?
I'm not at all.
Because I'm not. No.
I didn't even know one existed in this country. But what I will say also on LGBT is it's not an underappreciated or undervalued community if the community does exist. Literally every single corporation in the Western world has the rainbow flag on their logos this month. It's very much in the public eye, and everyone is very much in favour of backing these appreciated communities. As for the rainbow flag itself, I do want to address it because the rainbow does have meaning. The rainbow is a covenant between God and man to say that he would no longer wipe us out. I think, forget that. Call Noah back. Let's build another ark and wipe the bloody lot of this left and identitarianism woke society out. Let's start again.
Well, you're absolutely right.
As long as there are some Jews, then I'll accept that, yeah.
Oh, Jews will make it on the boat, mate.
You're absolutely right. And maybe a lot of people will tell me that I'm nuts, but when I see institutions and companies putting up their LGBT logo, rainbow logo, I think, so what I feel is that, so I'm not part of the rest of it. And that yeah, I'm not, this is just my little bit, whereas actually I want to be, if I'm part of an organisation, I want to be there part of an organisation, not just for some little month.
I mean, Morgan Freeman said that about Black History Month, didn't he? He said you can't squeeze Black history into 1 month. It should just be part of every month, really.
Well, there you go. That was a good discussion. Got a bit heated. If any of you think that we're wrong, we're bigoted, we need to be cancelled, don't cancel us. Tell us why we're wrong.
Indeed.
In the comments. And if you agree with us, if you think we're talking sense and no one else is, give us a retweet, give us a like, share. But most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss another episode of Political Dregs.
Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Shall we say hello to some friends of the show, our regular segment where we give a shout out to our best fans? Amir, you've got someone who commented on us that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, having a conversation on Parler, please follow us. And basically he said that, what did he say? I'm going to have to read it out. He said, you have proven how dumb, his name is BLM, imagine being a racist. So he is now our friend. So hopefully he'll watch this. He says, you have proven how dumb you are. Take it to your panel, which lacks diversity. And in my stupidity, apparently, I said that one being Jewish, one being of mixed heritage, one being LGBT, which obviously I fucked up because you're not LGBT, you're just G, and one being brown, we're not diverse enough for him. And then he said, well, diversity of thought. And Calvin, rightly so, corrected me. Calvin is on the right, Hamish is on the left, I'm left of Hamish, and Joel is somewhere in the middle.
On the fucking left. What are you? That's the most ridiculous thing.
No, you are on the left. You are on the left, Hamish.
Oh, I'm not on the left.
The Hampstead left.
Relatively speaking.
I'm the actual
you are
right winger.
Rabid liberal.
You two are social authoritarians. I'm the only one that believes in bloody freedom.
Not an authoritarian.
Constant left.
I think anyone listening or watching this podcast would agree that there is a diversity of thought. And if he thinks that we don't have diversity of thought, then he's never watched us before. And 2, he's a fucking idiot, so fuck off. And they banned him anyway.
So good they've named him 3 times. BLM.
Yeah.
So just a quick shout to Mark Lehane from the Campaign for Common Sense. Good guy, friend of the show, and we're hoping to have him on. Hi Mark. It'd be great to see you on here soon.
Cool. I'll give a shout out to Henry George, who put a really good tweet out when someone in Burnley put "White Lives Matter" in the sky. He said, "Wow, you mean a cultural discourse infested with identarianism leads to white people also adopting identarian rhetoric? How could this have happened?" Good question, Henry.
Very good. And I will say hello to James Hellier, who is a friend of the show, councillor down in the West Country, often comments on Facebook. Hi, James. Thanks for watching.
Good man, James.
Hi, James.
Hi, James.
Splendid.
Right.